Today we're going to learn how to use formulas or functions in word tables. So let's take a look at these two tables here. Let's try out this first table. We have here three columns. We have the column for region, the column for farms, and for farming staff. So we're trying to, in this particular instance, we'd like to get the total of all the number of farms for the different regions. So right here, we'd like to get the total down here at the very bottom cell of the farms column. We'd also like to get the total of farming staff. Okay, so I'm going to start right here at the bottom of the second column, farms, and I'd like to get the total of all these numbers. Now, in order for me to insert a function or a formula, I need to go to the Table Tools tab here in the Layout tab underneath it. Okay. Now, the Table Tools tab only appears if my cursor is inside the table. If my cursor is outside the table, like right now, there, see, notice we don't have the Table Tools tab. So I'll just place my cursor back in the last cell of the second column of this table, and now I see the Table Tools tab. So now I'm going to go to Layout and click the Formulas button, and now I can insert a formula. There I can see right away that Word tells me that it would like to get the sum of all the numbers that are above the current cell, which is this cell down here, just beside total. Okay, or just below, at the bottom of this column, the farms column. Okay, so I think that works for me. Okay, so sum above, that's fine. And now I just have to specify my number format. Okay, I'll choose this one here with the comma. Okay, or numbers with comma without the decimal places. Okay, I'll choose this first number format. By the way, you can choose other functions if you like, but for now I'm okay with sum. Alright, so now I'll click OK. There you are, you have 3,738. That's the total of all these numbers at above it. Okay. Now, as you can see, if you are selecting, or if you place your cursor inside the computed, the formula, it is actually a computed field. Yeah, there, the color gray it's an indicator that it is a computed field. So, just in case, let's say we change this number here, 185 to 200. Does that update your formula right away? No, it doesn't. Okay, so this is unlike Excel. In Excel, usually the computation is performed automatically if there are changes in the figures. But in Word, no, that's not the case. So how do we update this formula to reflect the changes in our figures, or specifically the change that was made here for the West region? Okay, 200. So it's simple. You can place your cursor in the field or in the formula, right click it, and then choose Update Field. So there you notice it has changed to 3,753. Now there's another way to update it. Now let's just try this. Let me just bring this back to 185, and I would like to update this once again. Just place the cursor there in the formula, and then you can use the F9 key as well. There. Okay, so that updates the formula or the computed field. Okay, so now let's try once again with this last column, the farming staff. We'd like to get the total of all these numbers under farming staff. I'll place my cursor at the last cell, and I will go to formulas, choose sum once again, that's fine, and I'll use the numbers with commas and number format, and I'll just click OK. There it is, all done. Okay, Now we have another table here, and this is slightly different type of problem where we will be performing the calculation sideways. Okay, we want to get the average sales of each office downtown. For example, this one downtown, southwest, etc. Okay, so I'm gonna start over here just below average sales. I'd like to get the average sales of the downtown office. So I'll place my cursor here. So in this case, I will be clicking the formulas button once again. But this time, notice that the sum formula is getting the is using the left argument, meaning it would like to get the sum of all the numbers at the left of this current cell under average sales. But wait a minute, I don't want to use sum this time. I want to use average. So I'm going to use a different function, average. Oh, wait a minute, I need to put an equal sign before the average function. All functions or formulas need to start with an equal sign. And then I'll just place my cursor just in between the two parentheses, and I will be typing left. So that is the logic. I would like to get the average or compute for the average of all the numbers at the left side of this current cell. Okay. I will use the same number format and click OK. There you go. Now if I would like to I can actually repeat the same actions for these other cells, but that's going to be too tedious, right? So I will be instead selecting this formula, and I will be copying it and pasting it to these other cells here. So I'm selecting these other cells, and I'm going to hit the paste button. There we go. The only problem is all these new formulas are using the same figure as the first one. So in short, they're not updated, they're not refreshed. So I can refresh this just like what I did earlier. I'll just select all these cells that contain these formulas, and I will be pressing F9. I'll use the shortcut key. There. So these formulas have been updated or refreshed, and so now they reflect the averages of these numbers over here. Okay, so that's how to use formulas or functions in Word tables.